Hey guys, and welcome back to our Springfield Elementary build. We're just literally going to carry on from part 3, jumping straight in. We're going to go above the hard clay here with our purple wool, and we're just literally going to drag it across one in front of the hard clay, and we're just going to drag one row across, jump over to our block of gold, do 2 rows of block of gold, and then jumping back to our purple wool and doing one last layer across the front. And then we're going to jump behind it. We're going to use our white clay, and we're just going to fill in all this gap, so we can then carry on the build one layer behind the purple wool that we've just put in. So as we carry on, we're just going to run one line above it, and then looking at that, we're going to place 4 window panes in the middle. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to do that for 3 rows. We build it out 3 rows, and then on the 4th row we're going to put 2 panes in the middle of the 4 just to finish off the window, and then eventually just literally build in one more layer across the top to then put a lip on top of that one. So guys, don't copy me now on this one where I've done 4 windows. It is literally the 3 rows, and then we put the 2 glass panes there instead. I only alter it anyway. So literally I'm going to put 4 in, but I actually only put 2 in just to keep within the building and the size of the building. For some reason it didn't look right to me, so I thought knock out the corners and leave it on that layer rather than treat it like this, because to me that just didn't look right. So I thought knock it out, and there we have it. We're back to our 2 windows panes, fill in the gaps, and then drag this one across, and then we're going to do one more layer across the top, and now we're going to do the lip on the front, and then you could go ahead and put 1 extra wool piece, purple wool, on top of the very front caps there, but for now I'm just going to fill in my gaps. So we're going to go back to our white clay, and we're just going to fill in the gaps behind. So guys, jumping across to the back, today pictures have popped up on Google of the back of the building which I couldn't find anywhere for the last 3 days. So now that they've popped up, I now know there's no purple columns in the middle of the build at the back. So I'm going to take them out. We're going to move the door frame back one block space, so it is literally lined up with the build itself, and we'll be changing it to purple. So that way it literally is as accurate as possible, and I'll be using my glass blocks in purple just to in-keep with the build. So guys, instead of doing what I'm doing here, don't waste your time, move it back 1 whole set. We're going to knock out the pillars, the 3 pillars on either side, carrying our wall literally all the way across, so we know literally the back of the building is all level, the lip joins all the way around the back, and it's literally exactly the same as it would be in The Simpsons itself. So guys, I know it's a pain, but we do have to move it back if we want to be as accurate as possible. And for me, accuracy is quite a big piece of it. So just knocking it away for the sake of half a minute. It's easier to just get it gone, finish it the way it should be, and be happy with the end result. So now we're going to be moving it back to that space there, remembering to leave a space of 4 in the middle and filling in our gap. And now we'll have this lip, and it will run all the way across the building, joining up to the lip on the other side of the building, and also the same with the top. So now it's just a matter of building back up our wall and making sure that it's all running the way it should be. I was quite shocked today when I seen the pictures and I thought, oh well, I've already put in the columns, and it's one of them things you can leave it and okay, it probably wouldn't be too noticeable, you wouldn't mind, but I'd rather keep it as accurate as possible. Stick to the original build and have it looking nice. Now guys, in the middle here we got a space of 14. On the Simpsons itself it only shows 4 windows on the back, exactly the same size as the front ones, or the same size as the ones that are there, but with no gaps. So what I ended up doing was leaving a space of 5 in between the window and then adding an extra one in, but we'll go over that in a second. So if you're doing it, just build 5 blocks across from your other window, and once you come 5 blocks across, put in your 4 window pieces, and then obviously you have a gap of 5 on the other side, then keeping it nice and even, but really just not leaving it so plain, because I didn't like the idea of that. So guys, this is the way I've done mine. We just chuck in some purple wool, and we're just going to run it all the way across in keeping with our purple stain blocks, running them up 3 levels. Guys, for me this was literally, as you can tell when I'm doing my videos, I'm still playing around with the design because I'm not following a plan, I'm just building the best I can with what I've got. And instead of using purple stained panes, I actually use glass block in the top layer as well. So I run the wall across here, glass stained block in the 4 here, so it'll be block instead of panes, and then I'll knock away that and I'll run across white clay, and that is the way I keep it. And that'll be knocking out the 2 sides of the wall as well, opposite the glass block, right next to the glass blocks, purely because I just didn't feel it looked right. And the more I was looking at the pictures online, the more I thought it looked a little more accurate doing it the way I've done it. So now just chucking back in our doors to finish off the back. So guys, don't copy me here. I actually stuck with leaving the white clay in there purely because it suited me more. I felt it was much nicer to keep to that. So anyway guys, we've now filled up to our roof level, and bearing in mind that that front piece there will actually be a level higher than the rest, so I'm going to leave that front lip there as white clay because of the window just underneath. And instead of using the white clay, we're going to be using the cyan clay, and I won't record me doing all of the roof because it is quite a big piece, but we're just going to be filling in the whole gap with this cyan coloured clay, and we're just going to fill it all in, getting our exterior finally finished. I'm just going to fill in this gap here because I forgot to do it as I was doing it. So guys, I'm going to speed it up, jump to a further point of where I've got to, and you'll see it's actually now coming to the end. And like I was saying earlier, I just knocked out I didn't like the purple panes there. I actually used blocks of glass and knocked out the panes, chuck in the blocks and stuck to the white clay as I said earlier. And I actually did stick to that design there. I stuck with the 6 blocks instead of 4, just really because I felt it looked much more like the actual building itself. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously I know that now. At the time of doing this I wasn't sure how long the actual space was, so it was 14, so leaving a space of 5 in between the window, so you go 5 blocks across on your 6, punch a hole in for the window, and obviously in keeping it with the others it'll be 4 long, 4 wide, 4 in height, 4 in width, and we're just going to treat it exactly the same as the other ones, using our purple stained glass panes with then a windowsill on it with purple carpet running over. Now I'm not a fan of adding my own features, but rather than letting it look very plain in the middle, I felt it was the best thing to do with this build. It's very hard to determine what they'll be doing on the Simpsons. I mean, we could have fitted in 2 windows really, but I didn't feel that was right. I just wanted to keep it as close to accurate as possible. So there you have it guys, that's the actual main build. And now we're just going to run in. I'm just going to give you a couple of ideas how I'm going to do it for myself. So thinking about using obviously a blackboard within the teachers' rooms, and luckily I had like a couple of layers spare here, so I wanted to double up on the walls so I could literally, and if I had thought about it really, I could have just done 1 layer and the black could have doubled up as a blackboard on both sides of the wall, but I didn't think of that at the time. So just to give you the ideas, I'm not going to do the full interior. What I'll do is I'll do a video once I've actually completed my interior and come back to it. But for now I just thought I'd give you a couple of ideas of what I'm going to do, just in case you wanted to really crack on with your interior before I get around to doing mine. So I've built across and I've left a nice gap here. I'm going to build it up the 2 blocks and I'm going to start using my black coal. I'm going to do that for 3 layers, creating what looks like a blackboard. So now we've got the blackboard for our classroom. And obviously this is going to be universal for all of the classrooms apart from the kinder classroom, if you're going to be doing the kindergarten, the kinder classroom yourself. So now for the tables, I'm going to use a spruce fence and then I'm going to use a spruce slab. A spruce step and a sign for the chairs. Obviously I'm going to make the teachers a little bit different to the rest. I don't know why I placed out a gate. As soon as I realised, I felt a little bit foolish. So I'm going to jump over, use my spruce fence, and I'm going to place 1, and leave a gap of 3, place another 1, leave a gap of 1 and place another 1, and then running our spruce slab all the way across, joining it up as a big teacher's desk. Now you've got to be very conscious of when you're using this, because obviously for every block that you use, whether it's a sign on its own, is using up a full block, so you don't want to be sticking the tables too close together. Now I thought slab was too big, so I used a wooden pressure plate, keeping it looking a bit smaller and more of a younger table. Now guys, I'm not going to go through building all of the classroom up, I just wanted to give you a couple of ideas. This is the way I'm going to end up having mine looking, and I'm going to leave a space of 2 in between every table. So I leave 2 blocks spare, fence post, ready to lay my pressure plate on top to create the table. And obviously you'll do a couple of rows of these tables, or as many as you can fit in, just to really create that sort of classroom sort of feature. So for the chairs, I'm going to be using a spruce stair and a sign. Won't be doubling up on the chairs, I'm only going to be doing one side so it looks more like the chairs within The Simpsons, like the table and chair is more connected. So I'm just going to be doing that, done, and that is a kid's table in my mind. So we're just going to do the same here, place a sign on the same side, done, and we'll be doing that for all of our tables. Obviously there'll be a few more, maybe another row, just to create the classroom feel. So guys, I am sorry this is a day late with the video. I sort of went out last night and one drink led to a few too many, and today I've been feeling terrible. I sort of learnt from my mistakes, I think. So for the teachers, today I'm going to be using the birch, just really because I wanted to make it look different. You know, our teacher always has a decent chair while she looks at you and makes you sit on your very sturdy, horrible, pain in the butt chair. And for this we're going to chuck on the 2 signs just to really complete it, just to make it look like it does have a bit more of a quality feel to it, and obviously fits the table that little bit better. And that to me, that's as close as we're going to get to a classroom. You know, a couple of layers of these chairs and tables, and I think that's a good classroom. Now we already know where our second level is going to be, because we've got 2 blocks going up to the windows. So on our 3rd block down from the 2nd floor windows, that's where we're going to be putting in our 2nd floor. And you can see where I've put these slabs here, they're right on my footings, and I'm going to be going up half at a time. So I'm going to use stone slab. I hate using stairs because they tend to go up very narrowly and very quickly, and it doesn't look right in a house build. But at the same time, you don't want to use a full block, because if you can't walk up them and you've got to jump everywhere, it just doesn't feel too nice. So all I'm going to be doing is pushing one on the back, running it across. I mean, you could save yourself a hassle and place your wall first, and I just didn't think of that at the time. Like I say, I went out last night and all sense has gone out the window really. So we're going up, we're going to keep it at a width of 3, and we're just going up a level at a time, half a block, running it across. Making sure we've gone above our window, we just really want to take it up a level, making sure that we can turn it round and get up into the 2nd level at the right height. So now I'm going to run this across, keeping it the same level but now widening it to 3, and now carrying on our steps going up into our 2nd level. So guys, I won't be doing all of this filling in while recording, because for you guys it's a long time of watching someone place a lot of blocks leading nowhere, or at least that's how it feels. So literally we're going to just be placing a wall all the way down, or yourselves are going to be placing a wall all the way down, carrying it across, but obviously leaving it open into the hallway. And then I'm going to turn the bottom of my stairs into like a sort of like a lobby room, maybe a caretaker's room, just making use of the fact that the room is there. So guys, you get the idea. I'm just literally building off now. I'm going to carry my second level across, and we're just going to carry that all the way across. We will jump to where I've got to, and I'll give you a quick, there we go, I'll give you a quick tour of what I've done. So guys, I have put my path in around the sides. I've used spruce leaves to create the bushes. For the flag, just fence posts. And as you see, I've put a load of lighting in just to light up the building for now. So that's where I've built the stairs, and you can see I've left a small opening. This is the classroom that we just pretty much started doing. Obviously it will look different once I've finished actually doing the build. So there's not much I can really show you around here at the moment, apart from if we go upstairs we can see where my second level is now, and it actually looks pretty good. And obviously up here there'll be the cafeteria and the canteen, the kitchens itself. So trying to in-keep with The Simpsons as much as possible. As you can see, when we go out, I've put the path in. We've just gone too wide all the way around until we hit the purple bars coming into the steps, in where I use 3. And when I've gone up the side of the building, I've left a space of 5 leading onto the path. And as you can see, I've put like a small car park there, in keeping as much as possible. And literally where I'm laying this now is where we would have the basketball court outside. And it's just pretty much, there's only 2 sides of the wall. So it's like one this way and one this way. So I haven't carried on much with it. I'm just literally showing you guys that, you know, it is going to get done. And when I get more onto the build and I'm not so busy with all the projects, I will go through it, and I will put a tour up of how I've done mine. And as I get more ideas, I'll show you how I went about it and what I used to create the ideas I'd done. But for now guys, that is pretty much complete, besides a couple of trees, a swing, sandpit, basketball court, and obviously the interior needs, but that's going to be a lot of time. It's a big building, and I'm halfway through on a couple of projects now. So guys, thanks for watching. I know it's taken a while, but we have hit the end, and I think we've got it as accurate as we can. As you can see, I used grey clay for the car park, with yellow wool just to line up the car parking spaces. Like I say, the path that goes down the side of the building, just a space of 5 from the building outwards on the 6th block, placing my dual path all the way round, running it round the building itself. So there you have it guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I shall catch you very shortly with our next Simpsons build.